Welcome back to another video, guys. This is part 5 of the DA Integra restoration project. Today I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things, starting out with the interior of the car. I've been putting this back together, cleaning up the panels. That was like kind of a before and after of the rear stuff. The rust in the back is pretty bad, so I ended up using a wire brush, and I wire brushed all the rust out just so I could get it prepped and ready for like this bed liner that I put in here. It turned out really nice. You're gonna see in a second. This is it wet right after I sprayed it, and then it dries this nice matte rubber like material. I know in another video I was talking about how the black with the purple went really well, so I painted the handles and the mirrors black just because I think it looks better than it just being purple. Also got it back on the lift. I pulled all the wheels off. This is kind of just like around the car. You can see the stuff I've wrapped so far, and now I'm gonna get started with like the motor stuff. As you can tell, the wiring on this car is pretty atrocious. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna have to do, as well as like some smaller things that were kind of rushed previously, but I'm gonna fix all of that this time. So as I was taking stuff apart, I found all these self-tappers and it's all welded. This car was clearly crashed. They welded in a new ram horn in the front driver's side, so I'm gonna have to fix all of that. I am gonna cut off the front end of this car too. I don't know if you guys have seen in a previous video on my hatch, I put like this little bar. It frees up a lot of space up front for tons of activities. But yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys watch as I start taking this bad boy apart. So the first thing I like to do when I'm pulling a motor is I'll take off the stuff that is farther away from the motor, just get the motor separate pretty much. So I'll disconnect all the wires. Obviously the turbo manifold comes off, the radiator comes out, the intercooler comes out. Probably the intercooler and intercooler piping are the first things that come out. After that, I move on to the axles. In this case, I'm pulling the entire car apart, so I'm gonna remove all the suspension. There won't even be a knuckle up there. I also got bearings, lower ball joints, upper ball joints, outer tie rods, inner tie rods, pretty much the whole 9 yards suspension wise, just cause I want it to be good this time. But here you're seeing me take apart the driver's side. In a second, you'll see me do the passenger side, pretty much the same thing. If you guys want like a more in-depth tutorial on this, it's pretty simple, and I'll also record putting it back together, but it'll probably be sped up just like this. But if you guys do want something slowed down and me to explain some stuff to you guys, just let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to do something. I'm pulling stuff apart like this all the time, so I'm sure it'll be easy for me to find another car to do this too. Usually I'd never start out with the grinder at first to pull the radiator support off. From factory it's held in with a bunch of pinch welds, and it's very easy to just drill them out and then pull the whole support off. But because this car was crashed, this is somebody's work that they welded a crash support on, so I can't really drill out everything because they didn't just weld the tack welds, they like welded a lot of it. So as you're seeing here, I have to cut a bunch of it apart instead of it just being simply drilling out pinch welds. There was also like 40 different self-tappers, so I don't know what they were thinking when they put this on. I don't know how good their ability to weld was. I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but there's no reason it should have been that many self-tappers all around. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.
You ain't got my money on my